Hey, good morning, rail fans. Got a vacation day today, and I thought I'd do a little of investigating of what does Rugby Junction look like today. As you can likely see behind me, I'm between the CN and Wisconsin Southern tracks. The track closest to me is a siding that used to connect the two together. At one point, there used to be a depot here in Rugby Junction where the Soo Line and the Milwaukee Road used to interchange passengers. It's clearly not here anymore, but I've always been curious about, well, where does the spur go? And what does the little train car on the end of the spur, what does it look like? You can see the train car in Google Maps if you do the aerial view. So we're going to just check out this spur, see where it goes, see what there is to see, reminisce a little bit about the days gone by. Hope you enjoy this video. Hey rail fans, you ever wondered, where is Rugby Junction? Well, here it is. I'm currently just off of the Wisconsin Southern line through Rugby Junction, which used to be the Milwaukee Road side. And deep in the forest, I guess you could say, is a Rugby Junction sign. Not far from where the depot used to be. Just off to my left here is actually where the Milwaukee Road used to connect to the Soo Line. And I figured I'd just take today to explore this area a little bit while there's nothing going on. See what's still here. What we're looking at right here is the Spur Track that would connect the Soo Line to the Milwaukee Road. Today it would have been CN connecting to the Wisconsin Southern, but this all happens up in the Slinger area. There's no more junction here in Rugby Junction anymore. And so you can see there's some torn out old track lane here. Easily over 100 years old. Compared to some of the rail I've seen in the area, this rail is almost new. Looks like the date stamp on here is 1911. As you can tell, the top of the rail is looking a little bit worn there. Probably won't be reusing this anytime soon. So if you've ever investigated the Rugby Junction on Google Maps, you've undoubtedly seen on the CN side there's a spur track that goes from the north end of Rugby Junction south, and then it appears to try and connect to the Wisconsin Southern, but doesn't quite make it. If you zoom in, you'll see that there's still a rail car sitting there. I always wonder what that rail car was. This is it. I'll have a little look around here. It's a pretty old flatbed. So you can see this is the end of the line here. There's a red target somewhere in the woods there, indicating that this is the end. So here's a better view of that flatbed that's just sitting there marking the end of the line. It's so corroded I don't really know what railroad it was part of. Just kind of sitting here. Probably be here longer than I'll be alive. Another angle of this old rail car that's sitting here. And the trucks are somewhat modern, so maybe this isn't quite as old as I'd like to think it is. And I Another view of this old rail car that's sitting here at the end of the line, blocking the connection between the Soo Line and the Milwaukee Road. Old brake wheel. Train car's clearly been here for at least a little while, since this tree has decided to grow up right through it, through the flatbed. Appears like this flatbed, last time it was used, was probably some kind of maintenance away car, modified to hold something. Still don't see any real reporting marks that I can understand or identify. As you can see, here's where that siding track goes off, and it's still used by the CN, usually to support some maintenance of way vehicles. But with a 100-pound stick rail from 1905, obviously they're not going to use this for anything important. One last look at the end of this old flatbed before I go back to my warm vehicle. The coupler is not looking so good right now. Kind of missing some pieces there. So you can see to my, well, in the center of the screen, there's that flatbed there, and the end of the connector track that no longer exists. And off to the right here is the current CN Rugby Junction line, Soo Line. Kind of drifts off to the right there towards Waukesha. This old spur is kind of getting wobbly. So I look at the tracks up ahead, pretty severe bumps, like that one. But I don't think there's been a train this far down on this track for a long, long time. This 1905 rail is looking a little worse for the wear. Probably wouldn't run a train over it anymore. It's hard to believe how bent and destroyed the top of the rail flange is. Not sure if that's just age or if this thing was really used that hard. Suppose if I was over 100 years old and I had rail cars riding over me, I wouldn't look so good either. Looks like some of this rail is even older than 1905. Here we have some 1901 sticks. 1901. Wow.